Hi, my name is Kara Noss, and if you didn't know, now you know. Today I'm going to be telling you all the reasons on why I think you shouldn't live in Germany. I kind of don't like Germany, so this is going to be very emotional and from an average white girl's point of view. Anyhow, sit back, like, subscribe, and enjoy the presentation. Holy shit, guys. I can't make this up, the third time I'm filming this video today. My dog's... This is the third time I'm filming this video because the last two times didn't work out. Alright guys, this is the third time I'm Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is about reasons not to live in Germany. There are 5 reasons to be exact. I've lived in Germany for 18 years, so I know a thing or two about it. And without further ado, let's just get into the video. So, reason number 1 on why to not live in Germany is that people are cold. People will have you over at their houses and they will not make you dinner. Like, they'll be eating at the table and they will have you sitting at the table, but you have no plate, no nothing. I know, fucked up. This happened to a friend of mine, this happened to my dad. It's never happened to me, but that's just maybe because I don't have that many German friends, ethnically German. Overall, I think it's kind of weird, right? I had this conversation once with a Canadian friend of mine, and it was when I was in Canada for the first time, and we were kind of talking. She was like, Jesus, when I was in Germany, people were so cold, they were so standoffish, they were so rude, the country didn't make me feel welcome, and all these things. And I was like, oh my god, no, Canadians are so rude because they're so invasive. They just talk to you, they talk to me on the street like they've known me for 10 years, and they don't respect my privacy, so rude. It was kind of a misunderstanding into 2 different personalities. I don't think that German people are necessarily bad people. I just think that the mentality that they have is very formal. Very, very formal. So yeah, people in the streets aren't really going to talk to you. Overall, small talk isn't really a thing here, so say goodbye to that. Although when you break through that first cold barrier of Germanness, you'll find a long-lasting, beautiful friendship, and they're really loyal, good friends. Whereas in the US or in Canada, it's like you have a lot of small talk, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be friends with whoever you're talking to. Having conversations throughout your day is just like a part of the daily life in Canada or in the US, but it's more so superficial. Whereas when you have when you end up having a conversation with someone here, you're probably going to be friends with them and like change context and everything. So yeah, pros and cons to both sides. Anyhow, that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 on why I think you shouldn't live here is because the weather here is very bad. And now if you're like, oh my god, a little rain can't harm. No, it rains 24/7 all days of the year, and even in summer. It's overall a very rainy, dark country. Lots of gray skies. And then you're like, what about summer? We do have summer, but summer here is a little different. Let me elaborate. So basically summer here is very humid, kind of like a rainforest, tropical kind of vibe, just that you're not in a beautiful rainforest, you're in Germany. So basically, as soon as you go out, you're very exhausted, it's very humid, it like makes you tired and sweaty. You sweat at already like 20 degrees, which is like 85 degrees in Fahrenheit. So, not really nice. I feel like you have to experience it to know what it feels like. But if you've ever been to a humid heat, like if you've ever experienced that, you know what I'm talking about. And having that for 2 months straight can be so exhausting. And if you're like, oh my gosh, okay, but like it can't be that big of a deal because of air conditioning. We don't have air conditioning in Germany. We don't have it. I don't know why. I mean, it's really good for the environment and stuff, but sometimes it really gets to you. 99% of the houses in Germany don't have a built-in air conditioner, so if you do want to like add that into your house, you will have to arrange it, but 99% of them don't have it already. Schools don't have them, you're probably not going to find one at your workplace, and most institutions and buildings just overall don't have them. I don't know why, I didn't make up the rules, God did. So let's move on to reason number 3. Reason number 3 on why I think you shouldn't live here is because it's a small country overall. And if you're thinking, what do you mean? Again, let me elaborate. So basically, Texas is twice as big as Germany, but only 1/3 of the population that lives in Germany lives in Texas, approximately. So basically, Texas has like 28 million people living in it, and Germany has like 82 million people living in it. And if you think, oh my gosh, it must be like chaos, Germans are really organized, but in its own way, it's still chaotic. Basically, all the streets and all the houses and buildings, schools, grocery stores, houses, streets, everything, it's just smaller. A one-way street in the US fits 2 streets here. So, like, even with your driving and stuff, you will have to get used to the streets and the tininess of everything. It makes me feel claustrophobic and so weird, just Germany itself. I don't know how to explain it. It's just this dark, small, moist, wet, rainy, bad people, bad vibes kind of place. It's like a nightmare. But I don't want to complain too much. Oh my god, I'm getting so carried away and emotional. But overall, like, it's a very small country. Even the food portions are smaller. The food portions are so much smaller than the ones in the US. Like, a burger here is tiny and costs 15 euros, which is like $20. And in the US, you get like a big, nice, juicy burger for like $2 to $4. So that makes me upset. When I say food is smaller, I really mean that the food portions and sizes when you go to the grocery store and you want to buy something are smaller and more expensive. And the grocery store itself, it's like the size of a fucking closet, so it's crazy. Anyhow, let's move on to reason number 4, because now you're gonna understand me maybe a bit better. Having a country that small with that many people living in it, of course, is a form of overpopulation. And what does that lead to? Expensive real estate. Real estate here is very much expensive. You can almost compare it to New York, and I don't mean the state, I mean the city. Yes, you can compare it to New York City without all the fun, cool parts of New York. So basically, a house in Texas or Georgia or Florida or the 2 Dakotas, it's like so much cheaper than a house here. And that house would be, let's say, at least 2,000 square feet, right? In Germany, a house that's 1,200 square feet costs 700,000 euros. You feel me? You feel where it's a little expensive here? So basically, real estate is expensive. You only get the bare minimum. So everything is kind of like packed together. And of course, if you're like a wealthier person, you can just buy a house for like $1 million to 1.5 million and you'll get a nice house with a garage and everything. But if you don't have that kind of money, maybe you shouldn't move here. And again, sliding into reason number 5 on why I think you shouldn't live here. Germany is one of the highest taxed countries. Highest tax paying countries in the world. So in Germany, you pay up to 45% in taxes. You heard me right, almost half of your salary gone to taxes. And if that's not enough, the average German only makes 50k a year. You heard me right again. So basically, I don't know what you're coming here for, but the average German statistically only makes 50k a year, 50 grand, and then half of that goes away in taxes. And then again, if you're thinking, taxes, I can just avoid those legally in some way, there's gotta be a way. No, because for anyone from the US watching, with a little bit of financial education and a little bit of privilege, you will know that there's so many ways to avoid taxes legally in the US. That sounds so bad, but like it's true. It's true. In the US, you can avoid taxes as like you can or you can, which can also not be taxed, or like there's so many ways to avoid taxes in the US. I could make a whole video about that and it'd be like 40 minutes long because it's just, the possibilities are endless. However, in Germany, it's not like that. You cannot write a single thing off as a business expense that wasn't really a business expense. There's literally no ways to avoid taxes, and if you ever commit tax fraud, you're gonna be locked up in jail for longer than any rapist gets here. Like, there's gonna be a child rapist next to you in the cell, and he will have fewer years in jail than you because you tried to mess with the German government. So let's sum up, shall we? basically, to sum everything up, Germany has a lot of cold people. You get a shitty salary. You have to pay most of it in taxes. Germany's a very small country, cold, with cold people living in it. You make a very little amount of money and you have to work very hard. German people are very hardworking people and you still get averagely 50k a year. Then half of that goes away in taxes. All of those things for me personally were like, Jesus fucking Christ, I don't want to live here anymore. So I decided to move, and in a month I'm going to be moving to Canada, and I'm very happy about that. So it's the overall vibe that like bothers me about it. And yeah, that was the video. There's a part 2 to this video that's called Reasons to Move to Germany. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to not miss out on the second part. And if you're maybe from Germany and you feel like I missed some points, feel free to let me know in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!